You know, it takes me a lot to go back to 2007, 2008. The only reason I'm doing this flashback because it's not something I do. I have never dealt with 2007, 2008. And when I'm ready to deal with it, I will, but I have not dealt. But the other day, looking at some of the really stupid comments on social media, I clicked on a few of the individuals and I was shocked to see how young they were. And then the penny dropped for me. I realized if you're 21, 22 now, 10 years ago, when our worst time as a country happened, you were a child. So you have no idea what you're calling to yourself. And somebody always says, if you call the devil by his name, he will appear. Like I said, I can't do 2007. But certain things about 2008 are still very clear. And when I say I know what I'm saying when it comes to the politics, politicians, and the madness of this nation, I know what I'm talking about. 4 elections and 2 referendums, I'm an expert to a certain extent. In early 2008, I don't think we had buried the Kiambaa victims. An entire nation of politicians went to Parliament to take oath of office. Being young, very naive, I was like, oh, okay, I guess they're getting to work. Until somebody explained to me that if they don't actually get sworn in, they don't exist. And if you don't exist, you're not in payroll. And if you're not in payroll, you can't get paid. In early 2008, as some people still had nowhere to live, as some people still were mourning loved ones, recovering from trauma none of us can imagine. And I know this because if you're dumb enough to talk filth on social media, you have no idea. Some people went to make sure they got a salary. Listen, it's not personal, it's politics. And on this video, you will get the screenshots because I had to go and get the articles. And this is Ababu Namwamba taking his pledge. And he said, I swear my allegiance to the president, said Member of Parliament Ababu Namwamba, as he nodded his head to Odinga. One of Odinga's deputies, Najib Balala, opened the session by walking into Kenya's National Assembly chambers and announcing, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the president, introducing Odinga. To a standing applause from his party, which made up nearly half of Parliament. A few minutes later, Kibaki was introduced by the National Assembly clerk. The rest of the stuff you need to read because I've made sure that I've screenshotted it properly and put it out there for you. If you were a preteen or a teen 10 years ago, and you seem to think that you calling the devil by its name makes you big and ballsy, I need you to remember that hate you seem to be directing at somebody could very well land at your doorstep. Very well land at your doorstep. The one thing you learn very quickly, if you take a moment to get off the keyboard, is that it doesn't matter what is going on. Politicians rarely threaten each other with violence. They don't. Because they're very clear that when the dust settles, we're still going to talk again. You're making it personal. And I noticed some people the other day who said they've left groups on social media, on WhatsApp. I mean, they can't handle the nonsense. And a part of me is sad, but a part of me laughs because I think, really? You've got into a place where you're alienating people for people who don't know your first name? How stupid are you? You don't know anything at all. I am yet to deal with 2007 and 2008. And when you stupidly sit there and think, oh my God, she's doing those peace messages. No, by the way, buy a machete, buy 10. Be my guest. On one condition, that you understand that the blood you seek could very well be your very own. I will not call the devil by his name, because he will surely appear. But you're summoning it, and I hope your dreams and your wishes come true for you and your family.